to my channel. Today I have a mid-March message for all of the Libras out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with every single Libra out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to I Lean Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Libra, let's go ahead and dive right into your monthly mid-March message. So Libra, we are starting out with the Thinker. Okay. So looks like you're going to be doing a lot of contemplating. Next, we have opening to discovery, along with Will-o'-the-Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. Okay, Libra. So we are going to focus in on the heart center of your reading, which is opening to discovery. What I love about this message for you here, Libra, is that this is truly signifying a time for you to discover a lot of the treasures or maybe the secrets that are deep within you. This is a very similar message to treasures hidden in the shadows. And the reason for this is because if you look very closely here at the opening to discovery, if you look really closely, let me get this to focus, you will notice that the background of this card showcases mountainous terrain. And what this truly says to me is it says that we must go through obstacles or challenges in a self-discovery process or a journey in order for us to truly find the hidden gems that are hidden within the journey, right? And so when we journey inward, notice how you have this keyhole here with a key down here at the bottom. When you journey inward, and what I mean by that is truly uncovering your deepest, darkest secrets, you will notice that there is an opportunity for you to see, growth, because there's green within the keyhole, right? And the key is easily accessible. The key is you. It is simply you looking deep within yourself, being willing to explore, to be curious on everything that is currently going on in this particular month. What I find very interesting here with the Thinker card is the Thinker card is really that space for you to really be in control of your thoughts. Be very contemplative. Be the observer. Be willing to really look at the things in your life that you need to find a little bit more clarity or insight on. With the Thinker card, it sort of means, the willingness to be strategic, to be analytical. It's utilizing your intelligence. And I feel that ultimately, what you might be experiencing, Libra, is you might be challenged mentally. Like you might have to be really thinking logically on how you're going to make your dreams become a reality, or how you're going to get from one place to the other. And I want to let you know that when you come across challenges, right, it gives you an opportunity. So I think a lot of times when people look at challenges or they look at obstacles that occur in their life, they often fall into a victim role and often want to complain about the challenges and the obstacles that they're facing. But the hidden treasure here, Libra, is that if you could give yourself permission to see every challenge and be willing to analyze it and see its complexity and be willing to really be curious about it and say, what is this teaching me? What is me going through this experience really teaching me? Is it teaching me to be resourceful? Is it teaching me to be compassionate? Is it teaching me that, I shouldn't really rush into things, that maybe I should just really, sit back and really think things through before taking action, like those kinds of things. It's really about learning to see the beauty behind the pain or the obstacle. Okay, so let's dive into the tarot here and see what additional information Spirit has for you here, Libra. I think it is important for you to learn that there are different ways of getting to a goal or getting to a certain place. And I feel that for you, the biggest challenge here is really learning to trust yourself and to experience something different than what you've experienced before. And a lot of times when we're going on a self-discovery process or a self-discovery journey, we often can get a little, we can get distracted. And I feel a lot of times we don't want to face those hardships because it's hard for us to really see the silver lining or to see the beauty here. So Libra, we have the Page of Swords with the Hermit card in reversed, the Ace of Cups, the Empress, and the Nine of Cups. So at the heart of your reading, we have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is truly about having this self-care and this nurturing aspect. And it's really about loving ourselves and being willing to be open to receiving the messages, no matter how they come across, but being willing to see it through the eyes of love. The thing with the Ace of Cups is that it's really about self-care. It's about self-love. It's about self-worth, self-esteem, being willing to be open to discovering how we can grow out of any situation, any obstacle, any relationship. I see here with the Page of Swords and the Hermit card in reverse, this is a learning experience for you. And I feel like you're experiencing something that maybe might not be the same as, but it does feel familiar to you. Recognize that this is a learning experience and understand that you have the knowledge based off of previous experiences to overcome whatever obstacle you come across. This is about you learning more about yourself. The Hermit card in reverse, the Hermit card itself speaks about introspection here, Libra. But when it's in reverse, it often signifies to me that you're unwilling to do the exploration that needs to occur in order for you to truly walk the path. And the discovery, the Hermit card itself in the Tarot card really represents healing. It represents healing oneself, being willing to see all aspects, all sides of things. It's sort of like seeing things from very different perspectives and being willing to really, explore that. And it's really about remembering who you are at the core. And so I feel that this is important for you here, Libra. I feel that when it's in reversed, you often tend to fall into victimhood, right? And I feel that a lot of times when you face certain specific challenges that feel very similar or feel very familiar to what you've experienced before, you tend to backpedal because you're like, I don't want to go through that again. But here's the thing. What this is saying is that whatever comes about this month, it is important for you to see this from a different perspective, to understand that it's there to teach you something, and you're meant to overcome being the martyr. Like, don't look at it from that negative perspective. You're wanting to be open to the experience through and see it through the eyes of love, so that you could then create something new. The Empress represents creation. It represents creativity. And the Empress is all about giving birth to a new life, to a new career, to new relationships. And I feel that if you can be open to whatever you might be resisting here, you will be able to create a new life for yourself. You'll be able to experience something new that ultimately is going to lead you towards something you've been desiring greatly. The Nine of Cups is about this wish fulfillment, being so joyful and so exuberant from having the one thing that you've wanted the most. And I really feel that this discovery process that you're going through here, Libra, is ultimately leading you to that, because I feel like it's about time, Libra, that you literally stand at the forefront here with the Six of Wands and celebrate yourself and have others celebrate you and have others see you and how much you've grown and where you've come from and how far you've come. And I feel this is where it's leading you. So let's dive a little bit deeper here, Libra. Let's see what else Spirit has for you. That did a weird flop. And I feel that you might not be one to ultimately celebrate yourself here, Libra. You might be a person who really likes to sort of sit in the back seat. You don't like to be front and center. And I feel that this is about you ultimately recognizing how you can celebrate yourself and be a person that shows it to the world, right? The Six of Wands is really about victory and success and the celebration that we go through when we become successful and we're willing to see ourselves in the limelight, like the self-worth that we often have. So I think that this is important for us. Okay, I feel like this is going to be your bottom deck card. I don't know why, but that's just kind of what I've heard. So moving on here, Libra, we have the Four of Voices, which is the Four of Swords, the Knight of Materials, which is the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Inspiration, which is the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Voices, which is the Ace of Swords, and then the Lover's card. And your bottom deck energy is going to be the Ten of Materials, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So here is what they're ultimately saying. As you go through the experiences or the challenges, whatever situation comes up for you here, Libra, it is important that you sort of allow it to be what it is. Okay, the Four of Swords really speaks about taking a pause. It really speaks about allowing ourselves to fully and ultimately be in a position where we can truly reflect. So it's more about being meditative, being restful, and being reflective on these experiences, okay? The Knight of Pentacles really speaks about consistency, and it's about building something towards the future, right? So this represents our long-term stability, okay? I want you to understand here that when I see these four cards right here, this and with the Thinker card, what it's really telling me here is that you ultimately are in a position right now where you're needing to be very logical and strategic with the choices and the decisions that you make. Understand that you have all of the experience, all of the resources to make the right decision. Don't sort of put yourself in a position that would make you feel like a failure or put you in a state of poor, pitiful me, okay? I feel that it's necessary for you to really pause and reflect before you make a decision here, Libra. And it's important that whatever decision you make, that the action steps that you take towards that decision is ultimately going to lead you towards future success. It doesn't mean that it's going to be success immediately. It just means that it's going to as long as you're consistent in your efforts and you put in consistent energy, it is going to blossom and bloom for you. With the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Wands here, it's really wanting you to be aware. Be aware that all of the hard work that you've put into your own personal growth and your own personal expansion in whatever area that you are wanting to expand and grow from, understand that you deserve to be in that position. But it's also important for you to not be so defensive and understand that sometimes you have to be willing to sort of step out of your own comfort zone in order to see how much further you can go. With the Empress and the Ace of Swords here, the Empress, again, I mentioned, is about birthing and creation, right? It's about creating something. And the Ace of Swords is ultimately about that victory and that truth. It's about you recognizing the truth that whatever situation you come across or whatever you experience in this month, it's really about you overcoming any negative aspect that you might potentially have towards it, and sort of look at it from a loving perspective so that you could see the truth. Recognize that nothing just happens by coincidence. There are no such thing as coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. There is a purpose to it. Next, with the Nine of Cups and the Lover's card. Okay, the Lover's card here, a lot of people would read it as as someone coming in, but that's not how I'm seeing it. The Lover's card is ultimately about choices. It's about the choices that we make in our everyday that lead us towards the things that we love. So understand that there's a great potential here for you, Libra, to find a lot of things deep within yourself that you ultimately might not discover had you not gone on this journey. The Lover's card is about commitments and it's about contracts. It's about understanding that we have to commit to putting forth action and intention towards the things that we ultimately want to create. And I want to point out here, Libra, that you are going to be very successful and it's going to be very profitable for you. Not necessarily in monetary way. Well, it could be in monetary ways. I'm not going to deny that because this is the Ten of Pentacles. So, but I want to point out that you going through this discovery process or you going on this journey or facing whatever challenge or obstacle you're facing it because you're needing to change your perception and you're needing to take action towards changing it in the way that you want it to be, right? You're going to be successful with it and it's going to grow and it's going to blossom and expand even further. So Libra, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.